Hey, this is a demo of DailyBot and what you can do with it in Microsoft Teams. DailyBot is great for automating check-ins and follow-ups. You can have DailyBot configured in a way that it contacts your team members every day in the morning or at any time you want to specify and ask them to complete some check-ins. This is one example of a daily stand-up report that I'm doing. So I need to complete 3 basic questions about what did I do yesterday, what am I planning to work on today. Let's finish with the final question about blockers. As you can see, is very conversational, very smooth for the users to use, and the reports are automatically shared on channels here in Microsoft Teams. You can also aggregate them and share them at a specific time. Now, those reports are also visible here on the web application, so you can see the columns with all the responses. It is possible to edit responses using the web application, or you can even fill out reports using the web app, like for a previous day. The setup is very easy, very simple to do. If you are an administrator, from the dashboard, you just go to the settings here. You can open the follow-up settings and configure the name, the participants, the questions you want to ask, frequency, at what time you want to do it, privacy, and reporting preferences. As you can see, there are tons of options there. Question templates are also very interesting to see. DailyBot comes with a built-in catalog of templates for daily stand-ups, as we just saw in the example. Also, you'll find mental health checks. We designed this with doctors and psychologists. It also has retrospectives, one-on-one meetings, and many more that you can explore. But more importantly, you can also create your own templates for your own workflows. So you can create it based on another template or from scratch. When you create a template, you can configure the introduction and thank you message that you want to send. So these are the notes that DailyBot gives to the user at the very beginning and the end of those interactions. You can create questions with different types: live text, numeric, multiple choice, yes, no. Notice that you always configure the question that the bot is going to ask. You can put there your communication tone, and you can also configure the short version of that question for the titles and for the reports. You can have as many choices as you want here, and complete all the template configuration. You can also define the default frequency for those templates, and you can always adapt the frequency when you configure the follow-up. Data export is very useful. You can export data using CSV, Excel, and PDF. You can actually export data from different teams or different follow-ups. Now let's talk about Kudos, which is another feature DailyBot has. Kudos is a great tool for promoting positive feedback and for giving the team a way to appreciate others' work. So you can give kudos using the web application. I selected Laura. She's a teammate. I'm giving her a nice positive note. It's also possible to give kudos anonymously or post them on a channel, and it's super simple. You can see a leaderboard here, and the settings are also very dynamic. You can set reminders any day to motivate people to send those kudos. Send encouraging reports on Mondays with all the kudos people have received, configure privacy, and all the other things. This is how it works on the chat. So I'm going to tag DailyBot and type kudos to Laura for the great presentation and initiative. So notice that when I give her Kudos, it appears automatically here in the chat, while Laura will also get a private message with the Kudos. Shortcuts and commands. This is something we've worked on and it's super useful. You can use DailyBot to create your own shortcuts and commands in the chat interface, so you can use the chatbot to automate repetitive tasks and workflows. So this is how it works. Let's say that we are going to create a command for brand assets. Something that is going to remind me where the brand assets, such as logo and all the design material is. I can define who can use it, only me or other specific members, if it is going to be available only on direct messages or channels, and I can define if I want to reply with data from my own API or a predefined text. Like in this example. You can also put some links to Google Drive, Dropbox, SharePoint. That's it. So I created the command, and this is how I use it with the chatbot. This is super useful. You can create all kinds of automations and commands with DailyBot. Now, the teams and the roles. They really adapt to you, so you can manage all members of your DailyBot organization. You can give admin permissions to any of these members. You can also create and manage teams, so you can map out your organization in DailyBot. Then you can assign follow-ups to any team. A team can have as many follow-ups as you want. Let's talk about integrations, which is something also very interesting. You can have your own API keys and configure webhooks so that you notify responses to external tools such as Bitbucket, Jira, and Trello. You can even use our Zapier integration. You can connect with thousands of apps from DailyBot and send data out of DailyBot to other tools. And that's it. Let's get started, and thank you for watching.